It started on a night I'll never forget, an engagement party that was supposed to be my crown moment. I was the girl who'd clawed her way from a dusty corner of Detroit to designing skyscrapers in Chicago. The girl who'd been told over and over, "You're talented, but you don't belong up here." And there I was, in a liquid gold gown, standing beside the man who'd promised me the world, thinking maybe finally I'd made it. The ballroom shimmered with crystal light, every surface reflecting back my own disbelief. Politicians, CEOs, Hollywood faces. I'd spent months building my reputation brick by brick, fighting off every condescending little lady comment, every closed door. Now the richest man in the room was my fiancé. Or so I thought. I caught sight of him across the marble floor, Lucas Davenport. He owned half the skyline, and he'd pursued me like it was a hostile takeover. In the early days, it felt different. He wasn't just after me. He listened, really listened. He shifted his company towards sustainability because of our talks. He'd told me, "You're my future," and part of me had believed it. That night, just as I was charming a city councilman about a community project, Lucas's assistant appeared. "He wants you to meet someone," she said, eyes flicking nervously. And then I saw her. Red dress, platinum hair, a smile that knew too much Vanessa Cross. His ex, the one who'd stolen his trade secrets and his trust. My stomach dropped like an elevator cut loose. Lucas's voice rang out across the group. "Everyone meet Vanessa. She's heading our new European expansion." My hand froze mid-gesture. My fiancé had just announced at our engagement party that his ex was now his business partner. No conversation, no warning, just a PR stunt to impress investors. I pulled him aside into a leather and mahogany study. "What the hell is going on, Lucas?" I asked, my voice low and shaking. He poured a scotch, avoiding my eyes. "It's business. She has connections worth hundreds of millions, and you couldn't find someone else. You had to hire the woman who burned you." "It's not about the past," he said, tone clipped. "It's about what's best for Davenport Global." I stared at him. This man who'd promised partnership, who'd told me we'd build everything together. How does it look to your guests that you're hiring your ex without even consulting your future wife? He set the glass down hard. "I don't owe you consultation on every decision." That sentence like a blade sliding between my ribs. I took a breath, steadying myself. If you think loyalty to your future wife is optional, maybe you're not ready to be anybody's husband. And I walked out back into the golden glow of the ballroom smile, fixed while my world cracked. The next morning, I packed a bag, left our penthouse, and turned off my phone. I went back to my old apartment, stripped off the couture and put on jeans, rolled up my sleeves, and drowned myself in blueprints. If he wanted to test how much of me was tied to him, he was about to find out. Lucas sent flowers, texts, voicemails. "Sweetheart, please call me. We can fix this." I ignored them. I had affordable housing to design community centers, to break ground on a team of young architects looking to me as their leader. I didn't have time to be a billionaire's cautionary tale. Weeks went by. Lucas publicly canceled his European expansion, redirected $500 million into my projects. My name splashed across news sites as the architect of a national movement. People said, "He's trying to buy you back." Maybe he was. But for me, the switch had flipped. I'd remembered who I was before him. I didn't need a king to be a queen. My firm boomed. My face hit magazine covers. Invitations poured in. And somewhere along the line, I met Marcus Doctor. Marcus Haynes, a pediatric heart surgeon who volunteered on weekends and spoke to janitors and CEOs with the same respect. No yachts, no theatrics. Just quiet consistency. The first time he held my hand, it felt like oxygen instead of adrenaline. 6 weeks later, under the chandeliers of the Plaza Hotel, I accepted the Humanitarian of the Year award. Cameras flashed. Marcus stood beside me, steady as a mountain. And in the back of the ballroom, I spotted Lucas watching me like a man seeing his reflection crack. After the ceremony, he came over, eyes hollow but burning. "Congratulations," he said, voice rough. "You're changing lives." "Thank you," I replied, polite but distant. I could see the weight he'd lost, the sleepless nights etched under his eyes. Even after everything, part of me wanted to tell him to take care of himself. But then Marcus slipped an arm around my waist, and the moment passed. Dinner dancing, applause, all a blur. Then, just as Marcus went to get champagne, Lucas appeared again. "Please," he whispered, 5 minutes. I hesitated. The whole room was watching, my name trending on social media. Marcus's gaze steady across the floor. 5 minutes, I said finally, and followed Lucas to a quiet alcove. "What do you want?" I asked. He started talking. No boardroom tone, no billionaire polish, just a man spilling out regret. I was arrogant, selfish, blind. "You were the best thing I ever had. I threw it away for a business deal that meant nothing. I still love you. I always will." And then in front of everyone, he dropped to one knee, hands shaking, voice breaking. "I'll give up the company, move anywhere, spend my life proving I understand what matters. Please don't write us off completely." The ballroom went silent. Phones out, flashes popping. The mighty Lucas Davenport begging at my feet. Months ago, I would have been stunned. Now I felt only clarity. "Lucas," I said, my voice steady but not unkind. "You told me you didn't owe me loyalty when it mattered most. I don't give second chances to men who have to lose everything before they value what they had." I slid off the 12-carat ring he'd designed and set it on the nearby auction table. "You chose profit over love. That door is closed." I walked back to Marcus, who wrapped an arm around me without a word, and we left the ballroom together. Behind us, Lucas stayed kneeling under the chandeliers, the ring glinting like a fallen star. In the days that followed, people argued online about what I'd done. Some said I was cold, others said I was right. But the truth is, leaving wasn't about revenge or humiliation. It was about self-respect. I'd spent years proving my worth in rooms full of men who underestimated me. I wasn't going to spend the rest of my life convincing the man who claimed to love me that loyalty mattered. Now, whenever I walk past a building site and see kids playing where concrete used to be or a family moving into housing they can afford, I know I chose right. And when I glance at Marcus, steady and grounded, I remember what real partnership feels like. Not spectacle, not rescue, but two people pulling in the same direction. So what do you think? Was I too harsh walking away from someone who finally seemed to understand? Or was it the only way to protect myself? Have you ever seen someone confuse power with love and pay the price? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me where you're watching from, and let's talk about loyalty, respect, and the moment you realized your worth.